Hey everyone, so for today's workout, it's going to be another 25 minute. So you're going to do these first 6 exercises for 25 minutes and see how many rounds you can get. So today is going to be some movements you're familiar with and then some that you haven't seen in a little while. So we've got, if you want a screenshot, now's the time, get the glare off. There you go. So this first chunk is like our strength portion, right? So after you've done a few of your own warm-ups and stretched a little bit, this is what we're going to be tackling for 25 minutes. Then at the end, we've got a little bit of a finisher if you got the gas in the tank. So we've got a forward lunge for 10, a sprinter sit-up for 10, a burpee or a breakdown depending. We have 6 burpees, and then if you're doing the breakdowns, it's 6 per hand, and I'll show you that one. Then we have a close grip push-up, sort of like a diamond push-up. Then a side plank for 10 breaths, and then the last one is going to be a single leg reach for 5. Little side note, the single leg reach is meant to be more of a stability drill. So after you've gone through this and you're already sort of cashed, you're already sort of winded, I want you to take these slow, right? So I want to work on stability and bulletproofing the hips through fatigue. So these you don't need to rush through. If you're crushing it, you can grab weight and I can show you how to load it, but don't feel like you have to load these. This is more about balance and stability. All right, so let's get into the demos. The first movement is going to be a forward lunge. So for that one, just like we've done in the past, I want you to start with feet together, and the only little caveat is I want 10 on one side, then 10 on the other. So you're gonna take a step forward, knee stays right over the ankle, then push yourself back, right? So when you do this, the feet and knees stay in line with the hips, and then from the side view, when you go down, I want you to lean forward slightly and keep the shoulders back. So even though you're leaning forward, don't round. So 10 of those per side. Once you know what those, you're gonna lay flat on your back. You're starting with the legs all the way on the ground, and then you're going to bring your elbow to the opposite knee and back down. So when you do this, the goal is to try to keep a relatively proud chest, meaning when you come up, I want you to keep your back as flat as you can. Try not to crunch. Crunching isn't bad, it's just a little bit easier. It's not hitting the muscles at the same degree. So I want you guys to try to keep that proud chest. So 10 of those per side, and we're gonna alternate back and forth, so 20 total. Third exercise is gonna be that burpee or breakdown. So for the burpee, most of you guys know, I want you to jump, put the hands on the ground and feet go back at the same time. I don't need a push-up. Bring the feet forward, back to that jump, right? So I want 6 of those. If you have any issues with the burpee, I'm also okay with the breakdown. So feet together, touch one hand to the ground, then feet back together, hand to the ground. So I want 12 of those, so 12 breakdowns if you decide to do them. And real speed, it should look like that, right? So you're not in this position for very long. You're up on the toes, it's quick transition. The third movement is going to be a close grip push-up. So I want the hands about a head width apart, right? So that close, it's a little closer than we normally do, not quite a diamond push-up. So when you do this, I want you to go down, keeping the back flat, big exhale, and press yourself back up. So just like a regular push-up, I want rigidity through the spine and the hips, and I also want you keeping the elbows tight to the body, all right? Fifth movement is going to be a side plank. This is just a traditional side plank. You're not moving, you're just on your elbow and your feet or the knees and holding yourself up tall, right? So I keep the hand on the chest, big breaths, keeping the shoulder out of the ear, and remember you can always drop to the knees and do the same thing. So 10 big breaths into the nose, out of the mouth, and then the last movement is going to be that single leg reach. So for this one, you can grab a wall or something for stability if you need it, but when you do this, you're starting with the heel. So the heel goes back first, reaches the arms forward, pause for a second, and then back up. So when you do this, I'm looking for length. So this isn't a movement where you should think about, I'm bringing my chest down. It should be a movement where you think about getting your body long, right? So you're reaching that heel back to the wall behind you. So that's the last movement. Once you're done with that, go right back to the beginning. So 25 minutes of continuous work. And then once your 25 minutes is up, grab some water, shake it out. And then the last 2 movements are a wall sit and a bear crawl. The bear crawl can be moving or a hold. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. I would prefer moving, but if you're pretty gassed, then just hold it. So for the wall sit, In the past, we've done a full minute, so I know you guys have the minute in your tool belts, right? But today we're only going for 30 seconds, which means I want it a little bit more aggressive as far as the angle goes. So whatever wall you have, I want you keeping the shoulders and the upper back on the wall. There should be a little bit of space at the low back. And then when you're down here, this is traditional position, right? So femurs are horizontal to the ground, feet are right under the knees. So if you want to make this more difficult, walk the feet back a little bit towards the wall, and your quads should be burning pretty good. So you're going to go 30 seconds of that. Right from there, so with very minimal transition time, you're going to go to a bear crawl. So either hold a bear crawl for 30 seconds, knees are just 2-3 inches off the ground. I'm pushing away from the ground with my shoulders. And then if you want to, 1, 2, 2. So I want little baby steps, keeping your body flat and keeping it stable. So I don't want a bunch of rocking back and forth. So the bear crawl hold or the movement is going to be another 30 seconds. I want 3 rounds of that back to back to back to back, right? So I want those fairly quick together. That way we're going to keep the heart rate up and we're going to increase your work capacity. All right, hopefully you enjoy the workout and have a good one.